was here? Well, today we start the new topic, the new unit 2, live life to the fullest. And we are learning lots of vocabulary. I love starting a unit with lots of vocabulary because this vocabulary would be the foundation for the other things during the unit. So a lot of vocabulary, but before we start with the vocabulary, we need to start speaking. It says, ask and answer the questions in pairs. Let's read the questions first. Just read the questions and we will discover the meaning of some phrases, okay? So, Eric, can you read the first 3 questions?
Sure. The first one, do you think you have found a way to forge meaningfully relationships with others?
Meaningful.
Meaningful relationships with others. How do you
But
cultivate a vibrant social
just as
circle?
a second, Eric.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you. You have to try to memorize these phrases in red. Forge meaningful relationships. To create meaningful relationships with others. Okay, continue, sir.
How do you cultivate a vibrant social circle?
A vibrant social.
A vibrant social circle. And can you recount a particularly intriguing conversation? That's correct. You've had recently?
You've had recently? Okay. Well, then, Eric, can you continue with question 4, 5, and 6? Thank you, Eric.
Yes. How do you think fostering a sense of community positively impacts society as a whole? Can you share an experience where you stepped out of your comfort zone? And 6, tell us about the most epic social gathering you've organized. What made it unforgettable?
Okay. For question number 7 and 8, Lou, please.
Yes, teacher. Share a personal anecdote about a moment where you felt a strong interpersonal bond with someone. How do you try to establish a solid social presence in a new environment or community?
Okay, so let's just recapitulate the phrases. Forge meaningful relationships, to create, to promote meaningful relationships with others. Cultivate a vibrant social circle. Vibrant means that it gives you a lot of energy, like good vibes. In a group of friends. Recount, like remember. Can you recount or narrate? Particularly intriguing conversation, like something really interesting. I especially remember one in English, by the way, with a guy in Oaxaca, but he was from the United States. We were talking about jazz for a complete night. It was really nice. Well, foster a sense of community. Foster means to promote a sense of community, belonging to a place. Step out of your comfort zone. When you try to leave your let's say commodities and the warmth of your house or your environment, and you go to do something really different that you have never done before. A social gathering. It can be a family gathering too, or a social gathering. To feel a strong interpersonal bond, like a connection with someone who is not from your family or from, well, it is not yourself. And establish a social presence. Yes, like to have some kind of social recognition in a group. How do you try to do it? Okay. Do you have questions about the questions before we go to the rooms?
Yes, please
Yes.
wait. Share a personal anecdote about moment where you felt number 7 felt a strong
Mhm.
interpersonal bond with someone.
With
It's like
someone. A strong
a
connection.
link or connection
Uh-huh.
link. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And social gathering you have is like a party, a meeting,
A
a
party.
congress, or
Uh-huh. Maybe
okay,
it doesn't have to do precisely a party, but it
okay,
can be a party. But
okay.
a moment in which you organized an event with friends. For example, I remember the one. I don't remember you were there. I think you were there some years ago when we saw Rodrigo, Patty, Enrique, and we got together. I think it was in Nayeli's house. I think it was a
No,
good
I
one.
wasn't there.
You
No,
went
I
there.
wasn't
You
there.
went there.
No.
Maybe next time. But it was really nice. Rodrigo, you know, he's really crazy and all his
Yes.
jokes. And he's
Yes.
always, and I think it could be like the one you would remember. So try to tell your partner, and again try to use these phrases and try to remember them, because we are going to work on them. Okay, so let me open the rooms for all of you. The link of the presentation is on Google Classroom. I am going to send it here. Give me a second. Let me send it here. And Israel, you always forget this. Mhm. Let me share it with you. It is already in the Google Classroom website. Okay, let me share it here in the chat. By the way, okay, so you can share it also with your partners here and on the screen. Okay, let me open the rooms for all of you. Two rooms. Okay, please go there.
In Google Classroom, don't you have
Yeah, well, I have access to that, but in this moment it's not possible to
yeah,
me.
you're saying that you are not.
But yeah, I
Yes, but you
don't.
can find it there later.
Yeah, I don't have problem with that.
Okay. So let's try
So
to do this. Do you think you have found a way to forge meaningful relationships with others? Any of you guys? Who feels?
I well, in my case, I think it's so important to form meaningful relationships in the last, well, in the translate of your life, because well, when you found these friends, or maybe it's not a specific member of your family, but when you know a different kind of person that you feel this relationship with theirs. I don't know how explain that. Well, yeah, I think it's so important to forge meaningful relationships.
What
Yeah, I
about you,
also,
Alex? Have you found that
yes.
way?
No, honestly, I haven't found a way to forge meaningful relationships. And the thing is that I'm not that talkative. I am rather an introvert. So I don't share a lot with others. But lately, I've been thinking that that is something I have to improve. I must improve, because forge meaningful relationships, it is quite important overall in the when you are working. I mean, in the yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, I consider, yes, it's really difficult to find a way to force these meaningful relationships, because humankinds are so difficult to understand. But maybe a simple way to see, in my view, to see how to find this way is you if you respect people and you are with people the way you want to be treated or you want to be respected, I think it's it's a good way to forge these meaningful relationships, because when you are so authentic, so spontaneous, and you treat people the way you want to be treated, I think that's could be a good formula to force these meaningful relationships.
Yes. Another way is to be very charismatic. But
Well,
some
it's not
people
my thing, but
neither
No,
I'll
mine.
try.
Alex.
I'll
But some
follow your
people
advice.
some people is born
I
with
don't
that.
have friends, right?
Well, question number 2. How do you cultivate
Let
a
me
vibrant
laugh. Sorry.
Okay.
how do you cultivate a vibrant social
Circle.
circle?
Circle?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm not this. I'm kind of hermit, I think. But I love people. I love being with people. I love gathering. But I'm not this kind
But
of
far of
social
me.
people.
I love
Yes.
people, but far of me.
Okay.
No, Lu.
Well, it's because I don't know how to do it, because I'm not this kind of social people. I enjoy my solitude, and although I love being with people and I love uh, having this uh, interconnection and stuff, I'm not so social. So I wouldn't know how to do it, but just being yourself. That's what I could say. Just being yourself, being authentic, being sincere, empathetic, and just being yourself.
Yes, you're right,
Yes.
Lu. Well,
And I,
in my case, yes, I think I'm a lot of talkative in Spanish, right?
Mhm.
So, well, yeah, I have a lot of friends, or well, but I think you select different kind of friends, and for example, in this kind of social circle, it's important. I think so. For example, with my gym friends, and when I go to the gym in the morning, maybe I spend my time in my breakfast with there, or with my friends in the universe at the universe. I spend time with theirs speaking about
University?
different university, sorry,
Mhm.
speaking about different topics, or maybe spend time in the meal.
During meals.
Uh-huh, yeah. Or well, I have other kind of friends that I spend time in at night in the parties. It's not too common right now, but yeah, they exist.
Because of the difference of the schedule, it's very difficult. So we find that Tuesday is live, Tuesday nights for Mexico. It's a good schedule to be in contact. But yeah, no, I don't care about different social
But
circles.
but I think that it was a very intriguing conversation, that this video conference that you have with him, with them.
Yes, to be honest, yes, it was a very intriguing conversation, because one of they are two girls, and one of 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 them, she has 6 months living in now in Montreal, and she was telling us how is she living now, and all the changes that she's having, and how the process of to adapt to a new country, the language, the culture, and yes, it was a very intriguing conversation. And also, of course, my friend that lives in Tokyo, she was very mad because at her with his no with her boss, because the, all the time they are asking her to make things for for the cultural center where she works. She gives Spanish classes for Japanese people, or yes, or
Okay.
whatever that wants to learn. And all the
Yeah.
time they are asking them to do cultural activities, or a demonstration class of Mexican cuisine, or things like that. And all the time she's participating. But for the next semester, they didn't program her for giving the Spanish, the second course of Spanish, when she designed and planned all the course for 1 year. So it was like, come on, she was very mad, and we were talking about that. And we were telling to her that she of course she has to tell to the students that it was not her fault, that he's not abandoned them for the course. And yes, and because she was talking about the Japanese culture, that they are not very direct people. They say the things like very soft, but this soft way of saying the things, it works like no, or sometimes happen that is not understood, or I mean it's not clear. And when they want to, yeah, it's like it's a problem. It's a cultural problem, for example, no? For her, that they don't say, or they don't, yeah, that they don't say the things directly, because it can be very, it is considered to be like an aggression or things like that. So you have to ask or to say the things in a very soft way, and sometimes it doesn't work. And I think for me, and not for you.
That's a issue, actually, I think.
Yes. Yeah. So
And for
what?
you, how do you think that your friend could fostering a sense of community with her students? What did you do, or what do you do in her position?
For example, I think fostering a sense of, for example, a way of fostering a sense of community, even in a school or in a classroom, is to have activities outside the academic world, and maybe to share I don't know, maybe in case when you're learning another language, to learn how to cook something, or a typical food of that country or culture, or maybe to share some books, or I don't know. There are many things that you, or maybe a festivity, like in English, for example, last March 17 was St. Patrick's Day, and it is very important for the Irish community, and many people from yeah, for how do you say, Anglo speakers, or for many
Mhm.
Anglo speakers. So maybe it's important to know this kind of of uh, of cultural things, and maybe this can foster a sense of community, of a group, in this case, maybe the students that are learning a language. Or even
Okay.
in a job, or yeah, always is good to make a like an extra activities to share and to know each other in another context out of the job or the of the school.
To feel part of
Yeah,
something
of that
or that
community.
group.
Yeah, of course. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Sharing your issues.
Yes, maybe yes.
Yeah, but as you told me, sometimes activities are good for a group.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. To go to hang out or to know a new place or new people too, or
Yes.
new culture too. I think that it's
Yes.
good. I really love the food. I was knowing actually some
Sorry, I didn't
cultures by
understand.
the
What did
food
you say? You love what?
that I actually have know other cultures by the food, by the
Ah,
dishes.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's very good.
Yes, of course.
I
Japanese
like
food,
it.
Eric?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but yes, I think that there is some dishes that I like it, but I
And
also have
uh,
the Cuban, Italian, and the Hindu. It's good,
Yes.
very
mhm.
spicy.
For
and
me,
just a question. Do you have you been to those places or just uh
No, no,
by the
restaurants here in the city.
okay, okay.
But
Sorry.
that's the way that I
Continue.
was know the other cultures, because sometimes you found people that um, get close to talk about the dish, about the food, and to share some topics about the culture.
Okay.
And well, in some cases, are the CEOs from the restaurants that share that information. It's good. It's a good
Okay.
activity actually. So
yes.
I
For me, I think that the best way to know a culture is through the food, of course, and through the language. Is like the yeah. For me, is the best way.
The music also. For me, music
Oh yeah,
is
of course.
the
Yeah, but yeah. But yes, of course, music and yeah. At the end, if they are art in some ways, no, the
uh-huh.
language, the literature, of course, music, and yes, the food because it tells you about the environment, the relationships, the values, the yeah, the religion even, and yes, 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 yes.
and it's a good way to step out of our comfort zone, right?
Yeah,
Then-
somehow.
Well, yes. For example, yes, I will. In 2022, I was living in Cancun, Quintana Roo, and I was living alone. And yes, because of work, I was there, and it was an experience where I stepped out of my comfort zone because I didn't know I almost nobody over there. Of course, yes, I, I made good friends, and now I know people. But to know, for example, a challenge for me, it was to know about how to install an air conditioner at my apartment. I didn't know
yeah.
what the technician was talking to me and asking me, and I say I don't know. I never had the necessity to install an air conditioner in my life, so I don't know what are you talking about. Please come and see what you need and tell me, because they were asking me very specific things that I didn't know, or I assumed that
And it's very
I have it,
essential
and
there.
I don't know. Yes. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good.
But
No,
actually, right now, where do you live? In Tijuana?
no, I
Right?
know Laredo.
Ah, okay.
Yes,
Yeah. It's too
but
far to the city, the center of the city, Mexico City, right?
yes, as far as 17 hours.
Oh, come on.
Well, by
You need to
road.
take you need to take in uh a flight.
Yes, well, it has been a good experience for me because lately I've been going and coming to Mexico City.
Do you
Actually,
drive it until
mm,
that?
I can drive from
Oh,
here
come
to that
on.
place, but fortunately, I haven't done it. I've been coming by plane, but
Uh-huh.
yes, I have the chance to do it that way. Nowadays, I'm here in Mexico City because familiar. One of my sisters is has a health situation, and I'm here because of that. But I've been coming and going from here to Nuevo Laredo for many times. So I think it's a way of being all the time stepping out of your comfort zone because you are not settling for good in the same place, and you need
Yeah.
to be really aware of the situation because life is changing all the time, and you need to be really aware of that.
Okay.
Okay, what about number 6? Tell us about the most epic social gathering you've organized. What made it unforgettable? Well, not in my case.
Not my cup of tea, you say.
That's not my cup of tea. I
Chisme,
gotta
chisme. I want to know.
because I I'm not that kind of person, a social person.
Of course
Getting
you
so
are. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
well. I
Tell
I
us, Lou.
go to some places when I've been invited, but I'm not the one who is
The organizer.
organizing for many reasons. Maybe I haven't had the chance to or the time to do it, but and I'm a picky person, and I wanted to be everything almost perfect, and I think it's kind of frustrating not having the results that I could have. But I'm gonna try to do it, and of course you're gonna be invited to this social gathering. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But what about you guys?
Just like you, I never have been the organizer. I don't know.
And you, Diana?
Well, I haven't ever organized a
Organize.
social gathering. Organize
Uh-huh.
a social gathering, right? I don't remember, but well, no, always I was invite inviter.
Invited. Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, we need to practice to be the
To not to
organizer.
be so unsocial.
Yes,
Antisocial, I would say.
I'm blame.
Um,
So I
Yeah,
confess.
no,
Okay.
no, I didn't organize any any social gathering. because I didn't house. Oh, poor thing. For that reason, I didn't
Fine,
that.
alone finally. And
Let
I
me tell you about one, and I
Uh-huh.
am going to show myself on camera.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. I am going to cry because I want to cry. No, like 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I started a new relationship with a girl, and I was very
Huh?
happy. I was really happy. I think Lou remembers
Yeah,
this
I know.
this moment. And and I was very happy. I organized some kind of a meeting here in my apartment with my friends, and I was really really happy to have them here and introduce her to all of them,
Uh-huh.
and it was a nice time for me, and everything was good, and we all were very happy, and a lot of jokes and everything. And after a month, uh, she broke up with me. So,
I
well,
hate that girl.
after 2 or 3 months after that, so it was like I made some kind of a ridiculous thing that day. But I did it because I really loved her and I wanted all of them to know her. So
that was the important thing, teacher, and
yeah,
you did it.
I want to cry. Oh, no, I never cry.
Mm.
Now I think they were right, because somehow they told me maybe she's not the right
The one.
person. You, and although they were never this kind. Well, they try to be polite and be nice, but I knew they knew, but I didn't want to pay attention to them. So that's it. That's it. Bye. See you.
See you never.
Yeah, no, but this is uh the last time I organized a meeting. Well, like lots of family with lots of friends.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
come on, teacher. Never
Well, it
say.
was not from my family. There were like 3 people, just 3 people, but most of them
Okay.
were friends. So horrible.
Well, now I reckon a social gathering I organized, and it was
Uh-huh.
uh, 2 years ago to celebrate
Oh,
my
Mhm.
come
birthday
on.
with my family, and it was a good party, and everyone get got drunk, and my grandmother brought mariachis, and
Oh,
that was a good day,
Okay.
and that was a remarkable celebration because everyone remembers that day.
And
Everyone who
everything goes
attend, of course.
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Great, Alex. Okay. Who do we
I need
number
to talk
seven?
again the gossip of the teacher. I love the
sorry,
session.
Diana. You
It
missed
Sorry.
that
was a good
part.
one.
The excellent moment. Come on, what's happening?
Sorry.
But what about sharing a personal anecdote about a moment where you felt a strong interpersonal bond with someone? It
Oh,
sounds
come on.
interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Tell us, Diana. Tell us that gossip. That sounds interesting.
No.
Come on, Diana. Tell us.
Tell us
Don't
what,
be
sorry?
shy. About
About a social celebration that you organized.
No,
No,
believe
no,
me that.
the moment where you felt a strong interpersonal bond with
Okay.
someone.
Okay. Feel a strong interpersonal bond. Well, in this case, was it was strange, but I think felt my strong interpersonal bond. Uh, was 2 years ago, and when I went to walking to the gym, and well, actually, in that moment. I started with conversation with a person that right now is
Your husband,
that right now is my how can I say
your
my,
lover.
my lover, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
your
that's
husband, but your lover.
it's my yeah,
Boyfriend.
it's a yeah. Well, yeah, what I think, yeah, you can feel that because you spend a lot of time and talk to that
Okay.
person. Well, yeah, I know. You know, no,
Okay.
it's not common that you spend a lot of time with that person and it's not enough.
Yes, it happened to me, but I won't tell you. I won't tell you.
Oh, go on, yeah, well, go on,
Uh-huh.
What
teacher.
about you, Alex? What about you?
Um, there is a friend of mine, a boy, uh, and although we don't talk, uh, no, forget that. I'm going to tell you about when I was working in Guerrero. No, it's just
Tell
I
us about
remember
him.
another person.
A better one. Okay.
Not exactly a better one, but this guy just came to my mind. And while I was working at Guerrero, I was working in a house alone. The house was all for me. But after I don't know 3 or 4 months, another young engineer arrived, and we started to be roommates, and we only share the house for like I don't know 1 month and a half, where we really built up a really strong relationship. And although we don't send messages every day, when we talk it's like I don't know. I think
It's
he is someone
special.
I can really trust. He is really
Is she?
reliable.
Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a boy. It's a guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But well, the thing is that although we didn't live a significant amount of time together, we really built up a strong friendship. Yeah, and he is a good guy.
Ooh.
No,
No,
I would
I'm not
say, I
gay.
would
That's
say.
so
You like
nice.
him? Do you
Okay.
like him?
No, Diana,
Well, you
not
can
at
like a
all.
person, even or not physically, just the
The
No,
way
it's
person.
we
only a person.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was
Just
happened to tell you
kidding.
about that girl, but then I remember the class is being recorded.
Okay.
And furthermore, this girl
Mhm.
could watch the this
The
this
videos.
Oh,
video.
so I
The
know
Yeah,
the
fun. Okay.
person. I
yes,
Sorry
you
to
know
know
tell
the
the
you.
person.
person. Yeah, I know who. Exactly who. I won't
That's
say
why
her
Really?
I
name,
changed
but
my mind.
Oh,
I know.
man, teacher.
Yeah, I know who because I know her and she's really nice. You're right, Alex. She's a really nice person.
Yeah, of
Uh-huh.
course.
And I think you have many things in common. So
Maybe.
yes. Okay, okay. Let's go to the next question.
Okay, the last one. Right, the last one. How do you try to establish a solid social presence in a new environment or community? Mm, well, who start?
I think it's kind of similar. Number 4. Uh, when you have this, come on, stop
Sorry,
playing.
sorry.
She says I was reading, stop playing.
Sorry, Alice. Sorry to tell you. But yeah. Okay. I think it's something similar to number 4. Establish a solid social presence. Maybe when you have things in common to do in order to enhance maybe this your neighborhood or your job, or depending on the situation, you are having this social presence. But maybe having the same activities and the same purposes makes you feel more interested in doing things together, and you can work with that group of people. Yes, in an environment.
Yeah, we were talking about
Just to no, and I oops.
We
Hello
don't
again.
tell to Isra.
Hello, Isra.
Hi. What were you talking about?
Oh,
We are done.
You
Kept
are
it
yes,
finished.
secret.
Okay.
yes.
Well, what is one of the questions that you consider more difficult to answer,
Uh,
person?
Hmm.
Is there any question that you feel difficult to answer?
I don't
No.
know. Maybe the establish a solid social principles because we don't have a very social. It could be.
Life? Well,
Yes.
in my case, I think being a teacher is a very good way to establish a social presence. Because, well, in my case, I have noticed that when you are a teacher, you have this connection with people, and in other environments, not only in a school environment, but in other environments, it is easy for you to organize things, to take this kind of a leadership role. I don't know if it happens to you, Ere, as a teacher.
Yes, yes, of course, and outside the classroom also. I think I don't know if it's my way of being or something, but I think I have a naturally leadership, and yes,
Mm.
so for me it's easy to socialize or to organize, and sometimes people say
It's too much.
that I can be very. I don't know how to, well I know the word in Spanish but that I can be mandona or mandoncita but I
I
think
would say bossy, bossy.
bossy. Okay, I may sometimes I can be bossy, but it is because I mean if I see something and for me it's very easy to organize or to say hey you do this I will do this and to
Mhm.
yeah to assign activities or roles to all the people and to make the things work. So
Happen.
yeah, sometimes I can say the people will say that maybe I can be a bossy, but I will say it's a leadership, a natural leadership.
And for you, Eric, do you think that being an engineer is something that helps you to take a leadership role, or
And
not really?
no on all the opportunities that we know
Mhm.
because well I have heard that everyone born with the natural leadership,
Mhm.
but no everyone can develop that uh, abilities.
So
And
you're saying
sometimes
that everybody is born with this.
it's born as a leader, but no everybody can be a leader because they have wrong decisions or they don't develop the full the full ability to be a leader, and
We are
sometimes
going
that
to
can be a
check
problem.
a collocation in a moment or during this unit. It is to hone a skill. Hone a skill. It means that
to hone.
to develop this kind of skill.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you told me about you would like to take the topic of leadership. I think I have been thinking about it. So maybe in one of the classes we can take that topic because I am really interested in the topic too. So
Yeah, because I think that any any I don't know how to say it in English, punto, en algún
at any
punto,
point.
in any point, we need to be a leader, or we become a leader for others, and well, sometimes we don't care about it, but for others, maybe it's a presence needed. I don't know.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it could be,
I think it is something, as you said, something that someday we need to lead something, a group of people, maybe even at work. Maybe you are not a boss, but you need to be a leader.
yeah.
Although you may not be a boss. Okay, well, let's go to the main room to continue with the class, and we are going to retake all of these questions in a moment. So see
Okay.
you there. Bye.
See you.
Yeah.
See you.
Come on.
Sorry. 20 minutes. 20 minutes more. Well, if it were for you, Lou, we would continue speaking forever. So
Yeah,
sorry.
I know. Parroting all the time. I know. I
Uh-huh.
confess my guiltiness.
What was something that really surprised you from from the conversation that you were having, guys? Think about something. For example, I was really surprised that Diana missed the moment I was going to talk about a person I used to love.
The
Sorry,
most interesting gossip in the history, and she lost it.
she missed that part. Yeah. So
That's so sad.
yes, Diana. Sorry. But there are some other interesting facts in this class. So something interesting, Alex, that your partners told you.
Well, Diana told us that uh, told us about a time when she stepped out of her comfort zone, and it
Mhm.
was she offered a conference, her first conference, and it was abroad.
In English, Diana?
No, yeah, well, the conference was in English and the different kind of peoples that different kind of countries,
Uh-huh.
and it was so difficult to me because the questions, oh come on, there was a person who was
Uh-huh.
to this island is come on
From what island?
that IT, and
Ah,
that
IT.
PH,
Oh,
this guy was
they
IT, and he native language was French, sorry,
uh,
and he speaks English in that conference, and he asked me in English, and it was like, oh, please speak loudly, and I feel like how do you say pena?
you felt ashamed. Uh-huh.
Shame, yeah. And I tell the guys that I propose that improve my English in this
Okay,
case,
okay.
it's necessary.
Well, and let me just. And what about you, Eric? What was something interesting that you discovered?
That anytime it's a new challenge to develop as a person and also to develop our social skills.
Yeah, and what was something about what Ere told you, or from what Ere told you, that was interesting that you discovered from her?
About her experience in the Caribbean, in the Mexican Caribbean, because for her was a challenge, and also it represents uh, to go ahead from the difficulties that she had when
Mm-hmm.
he established in a new place, and also to with new people,
Yeah,
and to get a new routine.
and
It's a
why did
interest
you? A question for you, Ere. Why did you come back to Mexico City?
Because my contract of the at the University of Caribe was finished, so I came
Finished?
back. Yes, it
Oh, you
finished, and
came back.
yes, so I came back, and also because my partner is here, so it
Ah,
was very complicated to travel at least once a month, and not complicated but expensive, yes, and yeah, and sometimes complicated because
uh-huh.
the delay of the flights and all this
Mm.
stuff, so. Yeah, I come back to Mexico City to see to search new opportunities, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, okay. Well, a good reason. Well, and what about you, Lou? What was something interesting that you discovered from the conversation?
By the way,
Ah,
can I do an advertisement here?
an advertisement? Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yes.
if somebody wants to meet to a relaxed time, you can go. I can rent my apartment at Puerto Morelos if
Ah,
you
you
want.
still
So
have it. Oh,
yes, I have an apartment over there. So if you would need
maybe
more
you should take some
information,
pictures and
I will.
send it
Yeah,
to
I will
us.
see you. I will send you to
Uh-huh.
the chat group and to the
Uh-huh.
WhatsApp group. And yes, if
And we
you
can share it with friends. Why not?
okay,
Sorry for my
vale.
ignorance, but where is Puerto Morelos?
Yes.
Uh,
Puerto Morelos is a small, not a, it is growing now very fast, but it's a town between Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And yeah, it's between Cancun and Playa del Carmen. And I mean in the north of Quintana Roo, but to the south of Cancun, 20 minutes by car from Cancun Airport and 30 minutes by car from Playa del Carmen, and
Sounds
I
good.
love
Ah,
that place.
excellent.
Yeah,
with
so if
some
you,
with so many cenotes.
yeah,
mm,
in fact, there is the Ruta de los Cenotes. There are at least 17 different cenotes on that road from Puerto Morelos to Leona Vicario. There is another town in there over there, and in fact Puerto Morelos is the newest municipio or municipality
municipal, the
of
newest
Quintana Roo, the
county.
newest. Yeah, it born because before it belongs to Cancun, but
Uh,
nowadays it's a municipality
and
by
now
itself.
you have a train station there, yeah?
Yes, and I want to go. Yes, to know the train, and yes, we will have a train station over there. So if you want to know over there, yeah, it's an opportunity. I will send you
Well, my
the
advice,
information.
send
Yes,
some pictures if you have.
yes, of
People
course.
are visual, so if you send
Yeah, and
pictures,
also
it's
if
very
you
good.
have posted it on Airbnb, you can share the link.
Yes, of course. I have the link over there, but I will send you the information. Yes, of course. Wait.
Okay, well, so let's continue with Lou. Thank you, Eric. Something interesting.
Well, maybe that the three of us in the in that room,
Mhm.
we are not so social people, but
Oh.
we had this in mind. Let's organize a social gathering in order to meet each
But
other.
that is going to be very boring, Lou. If the three of you are not very sociable. I
No,
saw.
but I mean, every person in this group who wanted to
Okay,
be
okay, okay.
sharing with us a little time because we haven't had the chance to meet each other in person.
You're right.
So maybe
Mhm.
it would be a good way to start being social.
Uh-huh. Just let me lose some weight before. I want to come back to my fitness life before it happens.
Okay.
Okay, but was there anything that they say that they are changing their social habits, let's say?
Well, we had the same idea about that we are always being the invited ones, but not the ones who organize a social
Oh,
gathering.
okay.
But that's why we are thinking about that. It would be a nice uh, opportunity to meet each other and to be more social people.
Okay, okay. Well, nice, Lou. Someday, I think if we meet, we are going to measure how sociable people in this room are. Okay.
Yeah.
And you, Diana, what was something surprising that you discovered from the people here?
Well, there are some things that both the advice of
Mhm.
Lou, I think is an excellent person, but what is the meaning when you know a lot of the life, like Sabia?
Wise, wise.
Wise.
Wise,
Lou is a
wise, wise.
wise person. I think so.
But sometimes,
Yeah.
let me tell you,
He always
sometimes,
give
uh
he always give excellent advices in their comments.
excellent pieces of
In her
advice.
comments, yes.
Yeah, but the only thing is that Lou is a little bit desperate sometimes. I love her, but
Yeah.
she's like, teacher, why didn't you send us the homework? But I said, the homework is there, Lou, just check it. And yeah, but I love her anyway. Uh-huh. I miss her when she's not here. It is like, oh, what happened to Lou? Huh. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and but how did you notice that she's very wise, Diana?
Because I think when you want to create a way social group or in your environment,
Mm-hmm.
it's necessary that your values, you being you, her comments are in focus in yourself,
On herself.
like
Yeah.
yeah, on yourself, and like how are you in your values, and being always you, and something, this kind of things introspect in you, in
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And well, everybody think and different things, no, like some kind of things like in your community, I don't know, clean your street or organize different groups or maintain your organization with your neighbor, in your neighbor or with your neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
but not look this specific in introspect in yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, she's always I think she's
She's
unselfish.
rare, she said.
Uh, Yeah, she's not. She's very generous too in her words, and sometimes I think we all go through difficult things, but she tries not to get too much of the attention, and that is something good. Okay. Well, and Ere, I remember you said something, but I want you to tell us more about what you discovered from Eric's conversation.
Well, something that it said was very interesting for me is that he is from Tulancingo and he recommend me to eat guajolote. That is a
You
typical
recommended
food.
eating guajolote? Oh,
Guajolote, that this is like a typical dish of or antojito from
uh-huh.
Tulancingo. Yes.
Okay, and are you planning to go there soon or not?
I'm not really. I have a very good friend that lives over there,
Mhm.
but I don't see her very often, and I have gone to Lancingo just twice in my life. But maybe it's a good opportunity to go and to
Something
taste this guajolote.
Something that I learned from my students is that I have to pay attention to their recommendations. Some years ago, one student, I don't remember
Yes,
his, I think his name is Ismael. Ismael. He told
yes.
me about his hometown, uh, Zacatlán de las Manzanas in Puebla.
Okay.
And he told me,
Yes.
teacher, if you're a cyclist, you need to go to my town. And I said, really? And he said, yes, teacher. If you go there, you are going to fall in love with that town. And I said, really? And it was 3 years ago. I went to Zacatlán de las Manzanas, and I really want to live there. Someday I would like to live there.
Oh,
So
It's a very
yes.
beautiful place.
yeah, very beautiful place. And that is why from that moment I learned that I have to pay attention to my students' suggestions. Yes. So if Eric is saying that guajolote is good, well, this kind of
Yes,
target
he's saying that.
is good. Well, try to pay attention to that. Well,
Yes, of course.
nice, nice. We need to continue with some vocabulary. Mhm.
Okay.
Well, let me see how much you can remember. Let's see how much you can. It says find the right word to complete each collocation. I am going to give you 5 minutes for this. 5 minutes to be on your own, trying to remember. You need to complete the phrase with the right word. For example, forge, meaningful, diversity, gatherings, effectively,
Relationships.
relationships. Okay, so 5 minutes. If you finish before, well, you can take some time to do some other things. Okay, 5 minutes.